What is going on YouTube? Well, I finally did it. I was able to check out a song the same day that it dropped from Falling in Reverse, which you'll notice a lot of reactors try to do this. The moment that he drops a song, everybody scrambles on it because it's a well-known fact that Ronnie likes to watch these reactions. He usually does that for the first week or so, and then he's on to bigger and better things, but it would be super cool to see that happen. But my algorithm is screwed because I haven't made a whole lot of videos recently, so it probably ain't gonna happen. If it does, Ronnie, hey, what's up? Longtime fan, whatever. If it doesn't, it is what it is. We get to check this out. So when I was kind of researching this song, I saw it's called Last Resort Reimagined, and I thought, oh, cool, he's remaking one of his old songs. And then I started looking through a lot of their, former music, and it wasn't there. So then I'm like, well, what is this? I'm guessing this is maybe a cover of the Papa Roach song. It was kind of big back when I was a teenager or whatever. So, and if that's what this is, cool. I'll admit I'm not a huge fan of that song, but we definitely know whatever Ronnie does is going to knock it out of the park. He's going to do something wacky, just something you don't expect. So I don't want to waste too much time. Let's go ahead and check it out. I might have a brief intro after I move, just explain a few things, but let's just okay. So if you're not familiar with Ronnie, which if you're here, you probably are because that's how it works, but his reimagined music is, in my opinion, it's something kind of fresh and new. Some people will argue, hey, people pull back songs all the time. They take harder songs and make them into ballads and things. But I would argue that this is not really what's happening here. When he did this to The Drug in Me Is You and I'm Not a Vampire, these were completely reimagined songs. They weren't just drawn back. They were made into something completely new. Which, based on how this one hits, I might talk about that in a little bit. Just the significance of what these songs do for artists like Ronnie, and we'll talk about it. But without further ado, let's see what this is all about. Kind of like Inception vibes. Everything's upside down and twisted.
Cut my life into pieces.
That is exactly what it is.
This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. This is my last resort. Cut my life into pieces. Erase my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even care if I die bleeding? Would it be wrong or it be right if I took my life tonight? Chances are that I might. Mutilation out of sight, and I'm contemplating suicide. I'm contemplating suicide.
Okay, so let me stop. This is a good place to stop. A couple things about the video real quick. You see any of his recent stuff, and the production value is insane. I really love the color palette here. You see some of his other videos. It's kind of off the charts. It's usually really dark. The Drug in Me is reimagined. It's very very a lot of blues, a lot of whites, but this is very just kind of realistic, very nice color palette. The rendering, I imagine this is all CGI'd, is again just brilliant. We're kind of back to the Masked. You had the ballerinas and all that, and The Drug in Me is reimagined, but here they're playing, which I believe they played instruments there as well. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's been a while. But anyways. So let me talk about what this means for me and what this probably means to a lot of people and why they're drawn to this. So I remember being a teenager. I know, right? Like, big stretch there. But, like, we listened to music like this to piss our parents off. And of course, we had emotions and stuff that we were trying to just get through. Angst and, depression and things like that. But at the end of the day, the music just sounded like just edgy and whiny. This is the best way I could describe it. Like, and if you truly have these feelings inside, and you're feeling depressed and suicidal, I hate to say it, but the original song from Papa Roach is like, I cut my life into, it just, anybody listening who could make a difference will hear it and just be like, all right, man, settle down, or, so like, again, 90s music and all that was very big on, those kinds of themes, right? And in the end of the day, they just kind of ended up being just kind of over the top, ridiculous, and just, I guess the bottom line is you don't take them seriously, right? And if you go back to like The Drug in Me Is You, it's kind of the same thing. You got Ronnie, he's jumping in and out of windows, and he's being like David Lee Roth 2.0, but he's singing about what he's singing about. With Vampire, same thing, right? And he's telling a very poignant, deep, hurtful story, but you don't take it seriously. You're like, all right, kid, quit your bitching, and get back to school or work or whatever. And as a parent now, and my children going through possible things and things like that, I guess what I'm getting at is you've got the message is there, right? And it's the delivery of it, where in some of the previous songs, the message gets lost in the music and in the edginess and things like that. But like with Drug in Me is Reimagined and I'm Not a Vampire, you've taken these very strong messages and you draw them back to just pure raw emotion and just pure raw energy. And so the people listening who can make a difference will actually be like, holy shit, this person's in pain. Where before you don't feel that. You know what I mean? So that's all I got to say. I could go on and on about this because I've had a lot of time to think about it when I watch all these other videos and things in the past. But anyways, we'll see what happens. Oh, and let me just also add in there too. There's always a twist in these songs, right? So Ronnie's either the full band's gonna come in, they're gonna have a massive drop. They're gonna, shit's gonna start exploding. He's gonna start blowing people up or whatever. Or personally, the thing that would blow me away is if it's just kind of stayed like this. So we'll see there's always something up Ronnie's sleeve when those things do.
'Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. I am fine. I never realized I was spread too thin till it was too late and I was empty within, feeding on chaos and living in sin. Downward spiral, where do I begin? It all started when I lost my mother. No love for myself and no love for another. To find a lover at a higher level, finding nothing but questions and devils. 'Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm
All right, so before he goes batshit crazy, which we know he will, we gotta pay props to his voice. Everybody does, but we gotta say it. I mean, he effortlessly floats through all these different styles of singing, all these different ranges, growling to screaming to just clean, super clean vocals. So much talent, man.
losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing is fine. I'm trying.
drop.
Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my
So what's he doing here? He's falling in reverse. All right. Which is literally what the band name means, right? You know, everything's crashing down behind him or around him. He is completely hopeless, right? And then all of a sudden, when it gets as bad as it can be, he just takes a breath and just doubles down and just falls in reverse, right? Scoops himself back up, you know. And that's the cool message behind most of his music. And again, I'm going to go on and say this again. I didn't even realize, I've probably heard the Papa Roach song hundreds of times growing up on the radio, and I didn't play it like on purpose, but I didn't know it was about suicide. You know what I mean? Because again, it's the delivery just isn't really conducive to that. But this, right? It makes me want to go back and listen to the original one and be like, wow, like maybe there was a lot of pain happening when they were writing this music, and that's really how they felt, you know? So yeah.
Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing is
So you did there. Okay. Let's talk about that last shot there. Let's talk about that. Okay, that was really cool. And you know, I really like how all of his music is really starting to, I mean, he's done themes in the past, right? He's done like you know, losing my life and losing my mind and drugs, and that was kind of like a theme. And you know, he had some other things in the past. Certain albums, right, had contained certain themes, but like you could see his message plain as day when you play all of his recent stuff. I'd say starting with like Popular Monster, through it's definitely taken on this really cool theme. And if you caught that last scene, it looked like the final scene from Watch the World Burn backwards, right? So it's kind of neat that he just releases this dark, super dark powerhouse of a song, which is Watch the World Burn, and it just seems so malignant, right? Like he's definitely evil and he's here to tear shit up, right? But what does he do? He follows it up with a song where everything is healed. You know, all the destruction that he caused has now all been healed, right? So again, when you watch either video by itself, it is what it is. But when you watch the full picture together, you really see that whole story of just like redemption. And, you know, even though things get as bad as they get, you know, there's another day, and you just kind of like pick yourself up and you go the other route, you know, which again, this is why Ronnie is just so incredible. And I also just say this dude tricked me again, man, because all the other songs you get tricked. Right? So what happened here, I'm sitting here waiting for this big drop, and it doesn't happen. Like, for the first time in all of his reasons. I mean, there's no big, giant drop. And it just ended it out perfectly. So it's almost like, hey, I got nothing to prove, you know. I'm just going to sing my heart out and give you my message, and that's it, man. So, super amazing. I don't want to drag this on any further. Again, Ronnie, if you are watching, by a strong stretch, thank you, man. I appreciate all of your support for all of us little meager reactors out there and things, just trying to kind of share our favorite music, which you are definitely in my top for sure. So if you're new to the channel, hey, welcome. If not, hey, welcome back. And we'll be seeing you again really soon. I'm going to be dropping a lot more videos Happy to get this one right as it's released a few hours later. So hopefully I'll see you in the comments. But until then, everybody be safe, healthy, and be nice to each other.